Alright guys, welcome back to my channel Vape Unlimited. So today we are going to do a review on the Trinity Alpha, and then also going to do a comparison to the Onevape Lambo. These are both pod systems. They are cheap. They are well built, so we're going to do a review on them both. So we're going to compare these both together and see how well they are too. So we're going to start with the Smock Trinity Alpha, which is right here. Which the Smock Trinity Alpha says here it has 3 modes, 2 coils included. And then it's 100,000 milliamp battery powered. So inside the box, what you will find is, of course, this little Trinity Alpha right here, which is a nice little color that it has here. We got the light turned up there a little bit here. So we got the nice little cool blue color Trinity Alpha here. And then of course we got the pod, which is right here, and then the coil goes right there at the bottom here, which is neat too, because with the Trinity Alpha, from what it says on the back here, where it says on the back of the instructions here, right there on the back here, it says that the Trinity Alpha battery, and then it says Trinity Alpha empty pod system, again like I said, which is this little guy right here, has that little tip right here. Then it has Nord mesh coils on there, so that's a great thing about this. So any of you guys out there that smoke, that uses Nord pod systems, this will be a very good upgrade for you, to upgrade from the Nord pod system to the Trinity Alpha. The Trinity Alpha is about the same size as the Nord pod system too. It is a nice, neat, sleek to it here. And then on the front of it, right here, it has the fire button, which is this button right here. And then it has the different modes here. So that's another good thing about the Trinity Alpha here, that you can change the modes and you can change the levels there too. So that we'll get into and see how well it gets put into and how well things are with that too. So on to kind of explaining the Onevape Lambo. So this Onevape Lambo is a newer vape pod system that just came out not that long ago. So it's a cool little nifty one too, that I say myself too. So what it is in the box, which comes with the sleeve here, and then it comes with this little box here with this little nifty design on the front here. So, of course, if you can see, if you can tell here, you just pop it right open. It sits right there. So, which I already have it out here, so it just sits right there where that sits there. And of course, comes with the instructions, so you can read up on there too. And then the best thing about the Lambo vape pod system there too, it comes with the charging cable, comes with an extra pod right here. So that is nifty, and that's nice, and that's awesome that it comes with another pod. So another thing that's pretty cool about this is if you ever get in a bind or ever get stuck and you lose that little plastic piece right there at the bottom right here, so it'd be right here. That little plastic piece, if you ever get lost or get stuck and you lose that little thing, they come with a little little handy dandy little suction cup, extra suction cup things for your pods. So that will go in these little pods right here. Which these little pods are a little nice. It's nice and deep. It's about the same, almost about the same size. So if we compare these two pod systems here, this is the Trinity Alpha pod. This is the Onevape Lambo pod right here. They're very, very similar in size. They hold about the same size e-liquid that both do. So if we look at it and see here, so this pod, these two pod systems carry 2 milliliters of e-liquid in there. That is the Onevape. Then the Trinity Alpha also carries 2 milliliters, but to be exact, it carries 2.8 milliliters e-liquid. So this pod system of the Trinity Alpha carries a little bit more than the Onevape Lambo does, but it's a 0.8 of e-liquid that they carry. So they're basically the same amount of e-liquid that they both hold. So then of course comes with the little box and everything that comes inside with it. So I'm going to put this all back together here. Then we're going to get into the style of the vapes, how well the vapes are, and how well the vapes handle with the e-liquids. Mind you, both of these vapes take salt nick e-liquid there. So the Onevape Lambo takes salt nick. That's the only kind of e-liquid it takes. So if you put any other kind of e-liquid in there, it's not going to work, and it's not going to work very well. Now, the best thing that I like about the Trinity Alpha is, of course, like I said, it has that different levels there. It has a fire button here, and the way it holds, it kind of holds pretty well. And then the Trinity Alpha, the pod just clicks right in there, and this little lever right here that just slides and click in, which is nice, which is very nice and neat about these, and about what this is, and about how these are too. Another thing that's best about these is depending on what type of pod or what type of coil that you have in there, depending on what it is, which I believe with the type of coil, 0.8, if you put a 0.8 Nord coil in this Trinity Alpha, best thing about it is these Trinity Alphas can use regular e-liquid in it too. So say for instance, like my mod that I got here, which has a tank on there, which we'll talk about in future videos here too, which, mind you, look forward to this tank. This tank is awesome and fabulous. So on with it is the e-liquid that I have in there. Again, we'll talk about that e-liquid too in future videos too, so look forward to it. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications and everything else too, because there are future videos coming soon about this tank and what e-liquid I have in there too. So which is, mind you, it's just regular e-liquid too. So this Trinity Alpha, that's the best thing about this is here, it will take regular e-liquid and salt nick too. Now another thing that's nice too, that these tops here can pop off. So if you have to, if you want to put a longer tip on there, you can put a longer tip on these too. So they just pop right off here, and then you put another tip on there too. So into talking more and more about the Trinity Alpha here. So we're going to get into the tank here too. So because I know some people are complaining about the tank's leaking a lot. Now mind you, if you can tell, there is no e-liquid around this tank. Mind you, I've had this Trinity Alpha for going about a month, 2 months or so, and I have never witnessed any leaking or anything like that on that pod system and on the inside here. So if you can tell here, let's see if we can turn on a brighter light so you can kind of look in there too. So if you can see right in there, you don't see any liquid in there anywhere at all. Now mind you, I have not cleaned this, I have not touched it. I just kind of jumped on board, hopped in here, and do a review on these, and do a review so you guys know. So any future people that want to try to quit smoking or want to try to convert from smoking to vaping, these are way to go. Pod systems to start off at first are good to use when you're trying to quit smoking. And then eventually, once you get used to doing these vapings and doing the pod system, if you want to, you can try to spend a little bit more money on bigger mods, better tanks, and everything else too. Which, mind you, this drag mod that I have, which we'll talk about in future videos. Like I said, subscribe, push that notification bar, and you will see future videos and future reviews on different things that I have and different things that we'll review on this channel. We'll be doing reviews on e-liquid, what type of e-liquids are out there, what type of e-liquids are good, which ones are bad. My point of view on some of these e-liquids, we'll talk about different pod systems, how they work, and different mods, how they work too, and tanks and different tanks and how they work, how the flavor is, how long the coils last on there. This channel is going to be a big variety of everything about the vape industry. So for me, coming to experience being a smoker and going into vaping, I want to kind of put these out to kind of help people that are trying to quit that smoking but don't want to spend much money on buying a whole mod system with a tank. They want to spend almost $200 there too because they don't know which pod system or which tank or what mod to go for. That's where this channel is going to come about. So make sure you subscribe, push that notification part, and hit a like on that there. So back to this Trinity Alpha here too. So best thing about these Trinity Alphas here is these coils that are right there. They are push-in coils. So which I have e-liquid in there. If you can kind of see here, I would show you and take it out and show you how it goes. But these coils, you just pull it out and pop one back in there, and then you're good to go too. So those are nice, and that's nice how it is. So if you're in like a rush or in a hurry and you need to replace that coil, you can just grab another coil, pop it in there, and push it in there, and then you're good to go. And you're good to go to go on your way and go out and about and do what you need to do, and do what you need to do about what you want to do with that. Now another thing is nice too is right there below where the fill line there too, if you guys can kind of see there, that is your air hole there too. So majority of a lot of the pod systems have very tiny air holes. This one I kind of like because that air hole right there is pretty decent big too, which is kind of nice because a lot of airflow will go through that too, which we'll talk about here soon. And then filling that e-liquid there too is just right there. You just push this little lever right here. So we'll kind of demonstrate here. So this little lever right here, you just kind of push right open, and it's a big decent hole there, and it's a decent hole to try to get that in there too. So just pretty much basically a lot of the tips for e-liquids and everything else too will fit perfectly right in that little hole, and you just squeeze it, and then you can see right there where the e-liquid sits there. Now another best thing about this is you don't have to constantly be taking this pot out just to try to test to see where the fill hole is there. So if you can kind of see that little window right there, that little window right there is to see how much e-liquid you have in that pod. So if you want to try to kind of determine on how much e-liquid you have in that pod there, see see if we can get a brighter light here. So that little window right there too. So that little window is to kind of show you where the e-liquid level is at too, which is kind of nice too. So now, like I said, that the fire button is kind of nice because it's right there, convenient where you need it to be at and where it needs to sit at to be able to hit the fire button and be able to enjoy that nice hit too. So now those little levels right there, the little level right there, so a lot of people could probably get this confused here. Those little levels right there are the type of voltage and how high you want it to be able to get a hit off of it. So it's basically the level of how you want to basically hit it, and basically knowing what level it is and what level it is. So if we kind of start off the bottom, that is considered a soft hit. So mind you, to start off with is if you are starting off trying to go from smoking cigarettes to doing vaping and using this little pod here, we'll start, mind you, to start off at the soft hit too. Now, any type of pod systems, coils or anything like that, you got to make sure you prime it first. So a lot of the pod systems here, it will show you and it will tell you in the instructions about how long to let that pod system sit and how long to let it sit to soak up that coil and to be able to soak that up, because there are coils in there too. So for an example, in this pod here too, if you can kind of see, if you can kind of look closely there, you see that white right there? Those are your cottons. That is your cotton. So those cottons have to be able to soak. The same thing with these Trinity Alphas and these nerd coils. These nerd coils have cotton right inside of it too. So if you can kind of see that coil right there, you can kind of see that hole right there, that is where cottons are sitting at, and that's where the cotton sits at. So you got to make sure those are soaked up. So usually normal time for those are at least about around 10 minutes to let it sit. And then once you let it sit, you just power it right on, you go that at soft hit. So since we got some e-liquid in here, we're going to show you how it is and how well it goes. So that is a soft hit right there. So that's the soft hit there too. So on that little green light that you see right there, different battery levels and different levels of that. So that green light means it's halfway to about to die. Once it hits the white light, that means that white light means that it is about to die. So make sure you pay attention to that. You can be able to see it. So if you can see when I hit it, it goes green. So that's the soft hit. So let's see what the normal hit is there too. So like I said, that little button right there will change that different levels of that too. So that's the normal hit too. So the high hit, which is considered high and considered the hard hit there too. Hard hits, you get a little bit more vapor and you get a little bit more of that vapor feeling there too. So that is the Alpha Trinity there too. So like I said, mind you, I like this Alpha Trinity. It is nice, it's convenient, it's small, it can fit right into your pocket. It'll be able to fit anywhere. If you're a business guy and you're walking around and you need to stick it somewhere, you can stick it right into your shirt pocket, which is convenient and it's nice. So it's nice to have. Now onto this Onevape Lambo. So we're going to take a look at this Onevape Lambo too. which it has a nice color, nice shape and everything else to it, so which is kind of nice, and it's designed really well too, mind you, so which is kind of nice too. And then the pod system right there, which is kind of nice too. Now another thing that's nice about these ones here compared to these Trinity Alphas here is, if you can see that little hole right there, you can kind of see right through that hole right there. You can stick a lanyard right through that hole, or stick a string or whatever you want to stick to it, and you can have it hanging around your neck, so you won't be able to lose it, you won't be able to misplace it. It'll be around your neck, and you can just take it and take a puff of it, and you'll be good too. So with this one Lambo, one Trinity, or one vape, one Lambo is nice too, like I'm explaining to you. Now, I haven't heard much about these is because these are brand new, they just came out, they're nice, very convenient and everything else too. Now, so far since I've had this one, I haven't experienced any leakage or anything like that too. That plug-in right there, now that you can see on the light there, since we got a better light going on here, that little plug that's right there, that plug is nice and snug in there, so your e-liquid is not going to leak out at all whatsoever. So for example, you see right inside there, there's no e-liquid or anything like that dripped inside there or anything like that too. So, and then of course you can see that has your connectors right there too. So now it's the same thing with these here too. The lights and the life on these ones are pretty extensive and pretty good too. They're nice and they're convenient and very small. So if you're trying to conceal that you are vaping, or you don't want anybody to see or anything like that, it fits right in your hand perfectly fine. So like I can show you, I can make a fist around it and I can conceal it too. So another thing that are best about these ones here is your pod will fit directly right in there, and it just clicks right in there. So you have nothing to worry about. You just pull out, it clicks right in there. So you have nothing to worry about trying to fuss and fight and trying to push a button like this Trinity Alpha here. You gotta pull this button and then you gotta pull up on that pod system. That's the only thing that they kind of messed up there too. So that little button right there is you gotta kind of pull back, and you gotta pull up on there. So that's the only thing that is not very well on those, but the rest of it is pretty good. Now this one vape Lambo is pretty nice too. So it has the Lambo written right there on the back. Then it also has the one right there written on there too. So, and it has nice style to it. So now with detecting and knowing the battery life on these and how well they are with the battery life, it shows you in the instructions, and it will tell you about the instructions right here. So if you're kind of stuck and kind of wondering how you can fill it, and you kind of get lost and somebody talks to you about it, they do have pictures, picture by picture. So if you're one of those people that like to look at pictures and see the pictures and follow by the pictures, like some people, I kind of just look at the pictures and go, oh, okay, that's how I feel. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need to read this. So, but it is always good to read up on your vapes and read up on how they work and how they're doing. So, but if you don't want to take that time and do that, you can always come to my channel, click on my channel, and then watch some of my videos. If you like them, you can hit a like on that. Hit a like on that video. Subscribe and turn your post notifications on too. So with that said, with this one Lambo, the light level here too, so what it says here in the instructions is that blue light is battery voltage is Blue light is when it's charged. Green light is always on, which is completely charged. Blue light is halfway, is what it is. And then the blue light will start blinking 10 times fast, very fast, once it's about to die. So with that said, is the best thing to figure out is some people are going to try to wonder, well, where is that light at? So that one design right there is your light. So if you can see, once I put that pot in, it blinks. You pull it out, it blinks too. So that's where your light is going to be at. So when you go and take a hit, it lights up, which is kind of nice too. And with these take salt nicks, which, mind you, some of these pod systems, some of them, the flavors you can't taste very well on there, and some of them you can. Now, since I've been using this one, you can taste the flavor on these ones when you put that salt nick in there. And these little pods here, mind you, that's a small little pod, and where those cottons are, those are small little cottons. How they can get that best of the flavor out of these are pretty good, and it's pretty decent. You can taste that flavor, you can taste that kick to that flavor, and what kind of type of flavor it is, instead of getting that harsh hit and going, okay, well, I got this kind of flavor, I'm not tasting that flavor, which is kind of hit or miss too, so which is kind of nice. Now, the only other thing that I've noticed so far too is, which, mind you, I'm used to it and I'm used to it happening, is every once in a while you'll get a kickback. So the kickback is, what a kickback is when you're sucking on it and you're trying to get some vape in, you'll get a kickback of like e-liquid coming into you. So like when I do this, you know, some of these tanks and some of these bigger tanks, you'll get a kickback. With this little small pod too, you can kind of hear. We'll be quiet here. You can hear that. You can hear like kind of bubblings in there, and you will kind of get a kickback. So. Now another thing that's nice about these ones here is there's no button that you need to hit, there's no button that you need to push. Like the Alpha Trinity here, you got to push that fire button to be able to get hit. These, I would highly recommend these kind of pods for people that are trying to quit smoking, because these ones, you just pull up to your mouth, take a draw, and there you go. And the vapor of it is pretty nice, and it's pretty decent. It's not as substantial, and it's not as much. Eventually, once you get used to doing the vaping and everything like that, and you see all these other people that are making bigger clouds and they're having bigger clouds, you can step up, and you can step up to getting bigger things, bigger mods, and getting bigger tanks and everything else too, which, like I said, here in future videos we'll be talking about mods, we'll be talking about the tanks and the different tanks that I have and that I carry around and that I use, and the different mods that I use too. So now this one Vape Lambo pod system is pretty nice, and it's pretty handy. So my point of view is I like it. It's nice. It's convenient. Like I said, you can conceal it. You know, people can't see it. You can take a draw of it. People won't know. And that's the nice thing about that is not saying this Trinity Alpha I can kind of do it too, but if you can see at the bottom, you can still see the bottom of it. This Lambo, you can't see anything of it. So, which is nice, and it's convenient. So, like I said, the reviews on the Trinity Alpha mod and the One Lambo mod. The kind of the two good pod systems that I've used so far are these two that I know of that are pretty decent and pretty nice of. So here soon I will do some more reviews and everything on different pods and different pod systems with different of the tanks that are on there and different of the pods that are on there. But these are pretty good. I would highly recommend these for people that are trying to quit smoking. They're handy, they're good. Any questions or any answers you want answers to, feel free to put comments down below the video. I will answer as most of the questions that I can and try to answer any questions that you have. So if there are questions about the Trinity Alpha, or you can just put a comment down below of the video and I will look at them and I'll have a take a look at them and I will answer as many questions you have and let you know what I think and what I have my perspective on and what it is on how these are. So mind you, about these, that for people that are trying to quit smoking, to let you know that smoking, yes, is bad for you, and some people are saying vaping is bad for you too. So to let you know, before I even started vaping, I looked into this a lot. From what I can find and from what I can tell from switching from smoking to vaping, I can tell a big difference between the two and tell the difference between smoking and the vaping. From what my perspective is from when I quit smoking and started doing the vaping, I noticed a lot of improvement of my taste, my smell, my breathing got a little bit better. It's a little bit better because all you're doing on these are just taking in the nicotine and taking in that nicotine that you need, compared to cigarettes. Cigarettes, there's that nicotine, there's chemicals and everything and that's destroying your lungs, and you don't need that, and you don't need that to be happening. And a lot of people will say that these are dangerous and these are dangerous to have, and they will blow up in your pocket. Yes, that is true, and yes, no, that is not true. If you take care of them and you carry them around properly, they will not blow up in your pockets. I've had these in my pocket multiple times, walking around and everything else too, and I've not had a problem with any of these blowing up in my pocket. So, like I said again, if you're trying to quit smoking, I would recommend using these pod systems. These specific pod systems, I highly recommend you to start using these type of pod systems and using how these pod systems are. So coming from experience of using these both pod systems, I like these pod systems. They are nice, they're convenient. Now if I had a choice between which pod system I would rather use the most, it would be this Lambo one too, just because I'm more of wanting to taste some of the flavor and some of what the flavor is on it. I don't want to taste harshness, is basically what it is, because this one is pretty nice. And it also is just a drag hit and then you're done. So again, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you have any questions, post them down in the comments below there too. And then too, also to let you know too ahead of time, a friend of mine, a great close friend of mine too, is doing a series of a Momo series. So if you are interested and wanted to check him out, go take a look at the description down below there. His YouTube channel will be down below there too, and he's very good, and he's very good at what he's doing. So I advise to go take a look at him and check his YouTube channel out too. I'll have his description down below and what his YouTube channel is about too. So again, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, push on the notification bar there too. And if you have any questions about any of these pod systems here, make sure you post a comment down below the video here, and I'll answer as many questions as I can. And if you're looking forward to other videos, we will be talking about more of other things, not just pod system. We'll talk about more of e-liquids, what type of e-liquids are out there, the mod systems, tanks, coils, everything that we can talk about on here. This is going to be a variety channel of vaping. It's not going to be a certain one. So I will see you in the next video. You have a good one. Have a nice one. Bye.